NGB is always here to help.
Thank you, NGB.
No, thank you.
What would we do without NGB?
They're always so helpful.
Thanks, NGB! Thanks, NGB.
Always here to help.
Wow, thanks, NGB.
Always happy to help. I'm no hero. I'm just doing my job.
Let's hear it for NGB, huh?
Wake up.
Hey, Jim.
We have customers to take care of. Welcome to NGB. How can we help you?
Hello everyone and welcome to MHS Sports on MHTV. I'm Chris Connolly, and today we're at Seaside Park as the Magicians baseball team takes on the Swampscott Big Blue. We'd like to thank the National Grand Bank for being our community partner in bringing you MHS Sports on MHTV, and stay tuned to the end of the game for the Marblehead Sports Shop Player of the Game. Well, the Magicians come into the game on a 4-game winning streak, capped off in their last game by an exciting come-from-behind 8-7 win over Masconomet here at Seaside Park. They're 8-6 on the season. Like I said, a 4-game winning streak, and they start this game, and they have 3 more home games in a row. At Swampscott today, Beverly, Peabody, and Winthrop. On the mound for Marblehead is Ian Maud, an excellent pitcher. He's having a good season. He's had a good career at Marblehead High School on the mound. He's been efficient and good control. And I think most of the times we've seen him, he's gone all the way. Behind the plate today is Greg Uncher. And in the field, umpire Randy Call. So for Marblehead, around the bases, we got Maud on the mound. David Brattram is behind the plate. Maud gets set to deliver his first pitch of the ball game, and it's high and out of the reach of catcher Bartram. Riley Schmidt at third, Brooks Keefe at short, Bodie Bartram at second, and Chris Canuccio. I probably slaughtered that name. 0-1. Up high. This is Nick Berube, the shortstop. Swampscott comes in 2-13, coached by Joe Caponegro. High and away. As I said, he had good control, 3 way off the plate. Left field is Matt Mahan. Drake Wyman is in center, and Shane Keogh out in right. 0-3 to Berube. Maud collects himself and fires it up and away. 4 straight balls. Connor Chirello, number 8. Maud takes a quick look over his shoulder to first base. Strike called. It had been sunny most of the day, a little bit overcast right now. Wind is blowing gently left to right as we look at the field. 1-1 now to Chiarello. On deck is Caden Ross. Steps off the rubber, looks back to first. Berube takes a couple of quick steps back. Temperature's about 73. Being this close to the water, it tends to big cloud of dust over there on the sweeping try by first baseman Chris Kanushko. This one's hit foul to third base side. Canuscio, I guess is the way you'd say it. One and two. Three-step lead at first for Berube. Maud delivers up high, and breaking ball just didn't break. As I said, it was very sunny and pleasant most of the day. It's still pretty pleasant. I mean, it's not a high humidity and not a high temperature. It's 72, 73. And this one's fouled back over the grandstand and out of play. 2-2 maybe. Talked to the home plate umpire before the game, asking him if he could do the hand signals a little bit away from the front of his shoulders, and he said he usually puts them right in front of his face. And I asked if he could adjust that a little. He says, I can't promise. So far, it's been difficult to see. But I understand it. You do something the same way all the time. It's someone asks you to change it. It's difficult. 3 balls, 2 strikes. I see the 3. And I remember a couple of foul balls. So nobody out, 1 on, 3-2. Grounded foul to the coach at third base. He delivers it back to Ian Maud. Back to 3-2. No outs, 1 on. Top of the first, no score. Cheering for Connor at the plate. Connor Chiarello, another try over to first. It gets away. Maud's throw is a little off the mark, I believe. A little low in the dirt. And Canuscio could not hold it. Or couldn't get to it, I guess. So Berube moves on to second in scoring position with no outs. Still 3-2. To Chiarello. Maud delivers, and this is fouled back over the grandstand. Field umpire has moved. That's Randy Call, moved to left side of the infield, just off the mound. This one's hit high in the air, maybe playable. Third baseman running for it. He's got a beat on it, and it'll stay in play, and he has to come back for it and falls down, but makes the catch for 1 out. Nice play over there by Marblehead's third baseman, Riley Schmidt. So a foul out, foul pop to the third baseman, 1 out. So runner at second, and Caden Ross, the third baseman, comes to the plate. Berube, 5 steps off of second, a high pitch, again, not breaking ball. Tough season so far, 2-13 for Swampscott. They played Marblehead just recently. This one's hit solidly to left field, but right there into the hands, into the glove, I should say, of left fielder Matt Mahan. And Ross is out on a line drive. 2 down. And Jason Beaufort, the first baseman, comes to the plate. Where's number 19? Swampscott in danger of squandering a leadoff runner. Beaufort looks at a strike. Ian Maud swinging the hands from the elbow down. In the dirt, ball 1-1. 2 down, runner at second. Top of the first, no score. Catcher came up looking like as if he might throw out to second, but he did not. Outfield pretty much straight away. This one's hit right over the right over the glove of Maud, but right into the glove of second baseman Bodie Bartram. And that's it for the first half of the first inning, as a line drive to the second baseman. Marblehead coming up now in the bottom of the first. Bottom of the first inning, no score. Leading off for Marblehead is Stephen Shepard, designated hitter. Has a little soreness in the shoulder, but Coach Giardi told me he'll see how he can do. As on the mound for Swampscott is Jamison Ford. Behind the plate, Michael Collins and Caden Ross, Mike Berube, Will Roddy, and Jason Beaufort from third to first. This one's hit in the air to center field. Going back, chasing the center fielder, backing up the hill. Can't get to it. It's beyond the reach of Connor Chirello, and rounding second onto third comes, and he looks like he's out. He is called out on a nice relay play as Stephen Shepard, the designated hitter, hit it deep to center, right center field, almost up the hill. But a nice play on the hill by Chirello, and a nice relay, and the tag put on by Caden Ross. 1 down. Strike called as Jamison Ford delivers it. Ford's pitch is down in the dirt. Low and away, 2 balls, 1 strike maybe. Hit sharply towards the shortstop. Backs hands deep in the hole. Fires across. Makes the play. Out of the dirt. Nice play at first base by Beaufort. And not in time. So a single. Nice play by the hustling Riley Schmidt to make it down there for the single. Yeah. Couldn't tell whether it was the bounce in the dirt, a left-handed batter, and a pedestrian out in right field who's just casually strolling across right field. Left-handed batter, Walker in right field, now gets the idea that everyone's waiting. And just about to cross the foul line, and now we can play again. What happens at Seaside Park every now and then. Shane Keogh at the plate. This one's low. And Riley Schmidt at first. Nice hustle by Schmidt. It was deep in the hole and hard for Berube to sort of slide with the lead foot and plant and then fire. He made the play. It was in the dirt on a bounce. And didn't see if he came off the bag or just a half step late. Ford on the mound, Collins behind the plate, and Keogh, the batter, left-hander, looks at a one high and away. Two balls, and the strike call is always going to be covered up by the umpire. This one's hit beyond the reach of the shortstop, and that will put 2 on and 1 out. 2 hits in a row. Keogh comes up with a single to left. And on to second goes Schmidt. And Cananusio is the batter, the first baseman, left-handed batter. One down. That was on Shepard's deep drive to center field. Cut down, trying to stretch it to a triple. It was a good call to make that try because it was so close at third. Ball 1. Ball 2. It looks like he gets some dust in his eyes. Asks for a moment. Blinking a little bit. Ball away. I thought there were 2 balls. But the last time I saw his left hand, which is the one he would signal balls with, it looked like he only had 1 up. So 1 ball, 1 strike at that point, 2 balls, 1 strike. So 3-1. See the 3. A lot of room down the right field line. Shortstop comes in behind Schmidt. That one's inside and ball 4. So they walks the bases loaded here. So Schmidt's at third. Keogh is at second. And Canusio is at first, and Bodie Bartram comes to the plate. He's the second baseman. So 1 out, bases loaded, no score. Back foot on the inside line of the batter's box for Bartram. He hits the first pitch into left center or left field, and it's a single. Will score a run, score 2. Here comes the play at the plate. The throw is high. The slide is underneath the catcher, and Marblehead scores 2 runs. So Keogh gets to the plate. Schmidt gets to the plate. Canusio is at second, and Bartram at first. 1 out. Brooks Keefe, number 1, plays shortstop. Couple men on the bases and a 2-run lead for Marblehead. In the dirt. Collins makes the play. Nice piece of batting for Bartram, as he went first pitch hunting and just hit a sharp one into left field. Swinging strike. Brought in 2 runs from second and third. 1 and 2 maybe. Just 1 out. Getting to Jamison Ford early. Down low for a ball. Brooks Keefe, shortstop, at the plate. Runners in scoring position, or at least 1 runner in scoring position. Looks at a strike, leaned back a little bit, but it dropped in over the corner. Nice pitch by Ford. Fouled away to the right side over by the, couldn't tell if it was the basketball court or the tennis courts, but over in that direction. 2 balls, 2 strikes? Yeah, it has to be. White right back at the pitcher. He gloved it, makes the double play. Nice play by Ford. And it goes a line drive to 1 for the out, and then to 3 for the double play. So at the end of the first inning, it's Marblehead 2 and Swampscott nothing. And welcome back. Just about to get underway in the second inning. 2-0 Marblehead here at Seaside Park. Ian Maude on the mound. Strike 1 call to designated hitter Ben O'Brien. Strike 2 called. So Maude had a little bit of a shaky start in the first inning, first couple of batters, but he was able to work his way out of that. Now he's starting off the second inning. 2 straight strikes. That one's low. Strike 3. Called on strikes. O'Brien is down. And the batter is Michael Collins, the catcher. Hits it hard to left center and making a diving stab and a catch. Nice play by Drake Wyman for Marblehead. He laid it out and made the catch and denied Collins the single. A very nice catch out there by Drake Wyman. So 2 down. And the batter is Quinn Hitchcock. Looks at ball 1, outside low. A little bit of an off-speed pitch, it seemed like. Swinging strike, 1 ball, 1 strike to Quinn Hitchcock, the left fielder. He had a busy first inning. Called strike. Maud's working the corners. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Hitchcock. But out in left field in the Marblehead half of the first, he was busy out in left. Off the plate, looking to see if he could get Hitchcock to bite on that one. 2-2. Down low, catcher makes a nice play. Bartram, David Bartram. Second baseman is Bodie Bartram. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Hit high in the air to left field, and sizing it up and stepping over a few steps is Matt Mahoney. Makes the catch, and it's a fly out to left field. 3 up, 3 down. Through 1.5, it's Marblehead 2, Swampscott nothing. Bottom of the second inning coming your way now. Matthew Mahan, left fielder, made a nice catch out there to get the third out in the top of the second inning. His first trip to the plate. Wanted to go in that, but he gets called on a strike. Ford delivers and foul tipped. It was a little bit high. Got a little bit underneath it and just fouled it back to the backstop. Down low. This one's hit sharply, but right at the shortstop, and just putting his hand up and grabbing it was Nick Berube. One down. Ian Maud, the pitcher, comes to the plate. Hits the first ball, bounces to the shortstop, and he bobbles it. No chance, as Berube thought he could scoop it. Didn't get the bounce he was expecting. So error on the shortstop, and Maud's at first. Drake Wyman now comes to the plate. He's the one that made that diving stab. Courtesy runner number 10. Let's see who that is. Got a lot of paper here. On some of them has the Marblehead team. Number 10, Chris DeWitt. Ford throws it over. And so Maud's not running, but it's Chris DeWitt at first base, about a 3-step lead. Ford checks him. Comes ready to come to the plate to Wyman, then he throws it back over to first. Before the last pitch, Wyman was carefully looking over to the bench to see what kind of signals he was getting from the coach. Still looking over there now, looking. They can change on each pitch. Center fielder is shading just slightly towards left. Drake Wyman pitches up high, ball. DeWitt back quickly to first base. Wind gusting a little bit now. Seems to be right in our face here, coming straight in at us. But the flag is blowing. Left to right, throw down to first. DeWitt back in time. Nice throw by Michael Collins. 2 balls and can't see. I'm a little bit to the left of where the camera is. So maybe you can see on the nice shot right down the first baseline. That's a fair ball. And holding it first and holding it second. But nice play by Drake Wyman. Hits a line drive right at the outstretched arm of the first baseman, Canusio, but he couldn't hold on to it. And he gets a single on that one. And on to second goes DeWitt, running for Maud. 2 on, nobody out. 2 on, 1 out. Back to the top of the order, and Stephen Shepard. He hit a bomb to center field, and if he gets the same kind of pitch and hits it in the same place, there's no way the center fielder is going to be able to get to it because he's down the hill a little bit and more towards the left as we look at him. He was more lined up with the pole on Shepard's blast to center field, and he couldn't get that. And but he made a great relay, and they eventually caught Shepard at third, and a nice bang play at third base. This one's in the dirt, but in front of the catcher. Collins blocks it. Runners stay put. Shepard's the designated hitter, batting in the leadoff spot. Ended up low and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. Shepard waiting on a pitch. Inside, called a strike on the corner. Shepard looks back. Didn't look like he said anything. He just looked back at Greg Unscher, who's the home plate umpire. You can get away with saying a few things at higher levels of baseball, but not in high school. A swing and a miss as Shepard was down swinging for the second out here of the inning. 2 down, 2 on, and it's Riley Schmidt who singled and scored in the first inning. Keogh's on deck. DeWitt is at second, and Wyman at first. Pitch is way outside. Collins comes skipping out a few steps from behind the plate and looks at DeWitt out there at second. Riley Schmidt at the plate, the third baseman. Ford's pitch is a little bit high. Two down, 2 on. Marblehead leads it 2-0 in the bottom of the second. This one's hit in the air towards the left side. It looked like it might be out of bounds, and it is. Well out of bounds. At first it looked like it might. I really didn't have a good angle on it. But the third baseman and the left fielder definitely knew where it was going. Ford looks and looks again at the runner. Tried to get him to bite on a ball that was pretty outside. Hits it in the air and coming back over the grandstand and out of play. Hit out of bounds down the left side. Foul territory. The other one was high and down. This one was a screamer down low. But maybe even more out in foul territory. Ford winds and delivers. This one's hit in the air. Fair territory is going to send the left fielder back. He makes the catch, and that'll do it for the bottom of the second inning as Riley Schmidt flies out to the left fielder. But at the end of 2, it's Marblehead 2 and Swampscott nothing. And I'd like to thank the National Grand Bank for being our community partner in bringing you MHS Sports on MHTV. And we'll take a quick break. Welcome back, top of the third inning. When these two teams met on May 11th a few days ago, Marblehead got out to a 6-0 lead. They were playing in Swampscott, but Swampscott narrowed that to 6-2 in the fourth inning, and then 6-3, 6-5, but it ended at 6-5. Marblehead won that game. And the batter here pops it up. First baseman makes the call, and that's Chris Canuccio. And popping out was Roddy, second baseman, Will Roddy. And so first baseman came over into the second baseman territory and made the catch. So one down, top of the third. Pitch up high from Maud to Jack Spear, the right fielder. Left-handed batter. Huge amount of space, like right behind the second baseman and deep. Keogh's playing a little closer to the line than straight away, and the center fielder, Drake Wyman, is in straightaway center. So the left-hander has a lot of room out there to work with. This one's hit inside out and well out of bounds behind the Marblehead bench. 2-0, top of the third, Marblehead up. Another one, same direction, out by the fence over there. At the end of the Seaside Park property. Maud ready to deliver. Hit inside out, and the third baseman comes by, can't get it. It gets by, and it'll be a E5. And Spears at first. Back to the top of the order, Nick Berube, shortstop. Walked his first time up. Looking for the signals from the third base coach. Berube's the leadoff batter in the order. Touch the hat, rub the tummy. Touch the hat. Those are the signs he was getting. A couple more in there too. Maud swings his arms, then delivers. This one's up high. The throw down to first is not in time, but serves the purpose of keeping him honest over there. That was Spear on his belly and totally covered in dirt. Ian Maud is working with a 2-run lead in the top of the third. Looks over at Spear. This one's hit well off the right field line and over the first base coach and out toward the parish center, Star of the Sea, or community center, I guess it's called. Foul ball down the third base line. Berube battling Maud. Maud now wants to go over to first, throws a little bit high and back in time easily with Spear. This one down low and much closer, but still safe. Throws the curve. They want to get that guy. They want to get Spear at first. And Maud's gone over there a couple of times, and I think catcher Bartram has gone over there a couple of times. This one's hit in the air and in foul territory into the tennis courts. Well, it delivers. This one's hit to center field, and chasing it down and not able to catch up to it is Drake Wyman. Running around second, heads to third. Now he's rounding third. Here comes the throw. It's not going to be close. The infielder drops him. He drops the ball. He had a chance to make an out on Berube, but he dropped the ball. Looks like it was the second baseman for Marblehead, Bodie Bartram. Had it in his hand, but it was one of those things where you're trying to do two things at once: catch the ball, make sure it's secure in your glove, and then at the same time tag the runner. And it's hard to do two things at once. He fumbled the ball, and getting back into the bag was Berube. So he's at second, and run has scored. That was Spear who reached on an error. 2-1, Marblehead. Connor Chiarello at the plate. He fouled out to the third baseman his first time up back in the first inning. Maud delivers. Card foul towards the tennis courts. It's dangerous to play tennis over there when there's a baseball game going on. Up high, big lead off of second base for Nick Berube. Ooh, thought it was a ball. It's called a strike, and he's back in there. Got Chirella. 3-1. Ball 4. So runners at first and second, and the batter is Caden Ross. Third baseman. 1-run game, tying run at second. Pitches up high. Mike Giardi's going to make his way out to the mound to talk a little bit to Ian Maud. These meetings used to be simply the coach or the manager and the pitcher and maybe the catcher, usually the catcher as well. But now it's the entire infield and the batter and the runners all meet along with both field coaches for Swampscott over by the third base side. Now everybody breaks it up. One ball. Still can't see the sign for the strikes. Hit high towards left. Runners will have to tag. Caught out there by Mahan. He throws it in. No advancement. Nice play by the left fielder, Mahan. Two down, 2 on, 1 run in, 2-1. Marblehead leads it, and the batter is Jason Beaufort. Nice pitch by Maud, dropped in on the corner. Looks like it's going to be high and inside, and it ends up being right over the plate on the outside. Deceptive pitch. A little bit below the knees, ball 1. 1-1 to Beaufort. Infield back. Inside, ball 2. 2-1. Three and 1. 2 on, 2 out. Top of the third, and a 1-run Marblehead lead, 2-1. Three and 2 now. Buford, the first baseman. I thought it might have been inside, but the umpire said no. Maud steps off the rubber and looks back to get the lead runner. There was no defender there near him, but he couldn't tell that. He had to get back to the bag. And he looked over at first and thought for a moment about that, but here comes the pitch. This one's hit into a bouncer to the short, the third baseman, and it's muffed at first on a bouncing throw. There goes the throw to third. That one gets by him. Another one's going to score. The batter is at the second, may get to third. He holds up at second. So 2 runs have come in, and Swampscott takes the lead as Berube scores from second after he got a double. And Chirella scores from first And Buford reaches on an error. And he's at second. The batter is designated hitter number 20. Oh, the runner went to third, excuse me. Thank you. O'Brien, designated hitter, swings and misses. Mike Collins on deck for Swampscott. 3-run third inning. In tight, a ball. Swinging foul. This one's popped up and going to go over the grandstand. Ben O'Brien, the designated hitter, called out on strikes his first time up in the second inning. Nice block in the dirt by Marblehead catcher David Bartram. 3 balls, 1 strike. Asks for timeout again, steps out. Hit foul to the right side, or left side. Ben O'Brien against Ian Maud. O'Brien hits it hard and deep, left field. On the run is Mahan. He's not going to catch up to it. It is a fair ball, and it's gets a double and scores a run. Maud's getting rocked a little bit here in the third. He's given up 4 runs. It started with the a fly out, excuse me, to the first baseman, who came over to cover it in front of the second baseman, and then an error lets Jack Spear get on base. He eventually scored. 4 runs have come in. Paradise is the courtesy runner at second. This one's hit on the ground, shortstop, picks it up cleanly, fires across, gets the runner. That'll end the uprising for Swampscott as they picked up 4 runs. Bottom of the third inning, 4-2 Swampscott. Wait a minute, 4-2, that's correct. All 4 in the third inning. And it's Shankio for Marblehead, right fielder. Jamison Ford on the mound for Swampscott. Keogh looked at a strike. I don't know. Seemed a little outside to me, but my eyesight's failing. This one's hit on the ground towards the second baseman. He comes to his right, bobbles it. Keogh's going to be on. It's hard to move that direction and then have to throw in that direction for the second baseman. So an error on the shortstop, or the second baseman, excuse me. E4, and that puts Keogh at first to start off the third inning. It's Chris Cananuccio, another lefty. Up high a little bit. A little conversation between the catcher and the umpire there. The masks on, it's hard to pick up any sort of animation on their faces, but it seemed like it was just a question. From Collins to umpire Unsher. Nuccio is the batter. He walked his first time up. Hey, your thing fit. Hard hit into a big gap out there in right center. Handled on the first hop, and the throw comes to third, and it's in time, and he's out. That's the second runner they've cut down at third base. Wow. So Keogh reaches on an error, but is cut down on a sharp single by Nuccio, and it goes from the right fielder to the third baseman, a 9-5 putout. One down, one on. Those sorts of things can really spark a team. Second time they've cut down a runner in a close play at third base. First one was the leadoff batter of the Marblehead. Marblehead's leadoff batter in the first inning was cut down on a relay play from center field. He was the batter. He hit a bomb out into, just a shade into, to the right side of dead center, up the hill. The center fielder out there, Chiarello, had difficulty playing it, as a lot of visiting center fielders do. Comes the throw down. It's a little bit high, and back in time easily was Cananuccio. But they got him. That was the first Marblehead player of the game, the first Marblehead batter, and now they've got Keogh on the hit by teammate Chris Cananuccio. Walk here for Bartram. Runners at first and second, one out, and it's Brooks Keefe. He hit a line drive at the pitcher, who made a double play by making the catch and throwing a runner who was well off of first base, throwing him out by throwing it to first and having the tag made, or hit the bag. Swinging strike to Keefe. Keefe, shortstop. Hits it high in the air. Second baseman calling into short field. Makes the catch, and Keefe is retired. Two down, and it's Matt Mahad, the left fielder. First time up, hit a line drive at the third baseman. Two-run lead for Swampscott. High and tight, ball one. Ford checks the runner at second. There's also one at first. Mahan was thinking about it. Called strike. Low and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. In the dirt, runners can advance, and they do. Here comes the throw, no throw. Good decision by the catcher with 2 down and a long throw either way, either to second or to third. He probably would have tried to go to third, because if he had gone to second, that would have allowed the runner at third to come home. 3 balls, 1 strike, I think. We'll never know. It's a walk. Bases loaded. And it's Ian Maud at the plate. The pitcher reached on an error. His first time up. Have a little chat with his third base coach. There comes the Swampscott coach, Joe Caponigro. And they'll all get together on the mound. It's one of my favorite parts of the sort of unspoken rules of baseball, the umpires now. It's kind of like they'll stay on the mound until the umpire takes a step toward them, and then they break up. It seems to work that way everywhere. And he's just about to go. Here he goes. Uncher is moving. Stops. Take a couple more steps. Oh, no, they break it up before he comes out. I must have sensed he took a couple steps toward them. So Maud is at the plate with the bases loaded and his team trailing by 2, 4-2 here in the bottom of the third inning. 2 down, and the bases loaded. Jamison Ford on the mound. Delivers. Maud looks at a strike at the knees. Wyman is on deck. Hit sharply on the ground, third baseman. All he has to do is touch the bag, and that ends the inning. He does that. So Maud 5 unassisted. So no runs. At the end of 3, it's Swampscott 4, Marblehead 2. I'd like to remind you that MHTV is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. If you're enjoying this production of MHS Sports on MHTV, please consider making a donation by visiting our website, marbleheadtv.org. That's marbleheadtv.org, and clicking on the donate button. We'll take a break. Top of the 4th inning, it's Quinn Hitchcock. Flied out to left. Maud on the mound delivers. 2 balls. Four to 2 here in the top of the 4th inning. One ball, 1 strike to to Hitchcock, I mean. High and away. Maud seems a little dissatisfied with that pitch. Not the call, but the pitch. Looking for the inside corner, couldn't get it. Starts off the 4th, walking Hitchcock. Second baseman Will Roddy. Everyone's looking, the Swampscott players are looking at the third base coach, who's giving signs. Maud quickly goes right to the runner at first, trying to upset anything that Swampscott might be planning, like a hit and run or strike called. Ruddy popped out to the first baseman, his first time up. Third baseman is in on the grass to the right side, which is where he would be if there was going to be a bunt, where he should be if there was going to be a bunt down the third base line. This one's popped up. Shortstop calls for it. Makes the play. Nice catch. Nice command out there by Brooks Keefe. So pop up to the shortstop. 1 down. The batter is Jack Spear, who got everything going in the last inning. The right fielder. There goes the runner. Here comes the throw down to second. The throw is good, and the tag is made, and the runner is out. Nice play by the catcher for Marblehead, David Bartram. That was a perfect throw, and he cut down Hitchcock 2-6. At the plate, left-handed batter Spear looks at a pitch outside. Hit towards the second baseman, but he can't get over there. Bertram was perfectly placed between where the first baseman plays and the second baseman plays, and just out of the reach. A big dust cloud blows across the field. So Berube comes to the plate with 2 down, 1 on. He has a base on balls and a double, and he scored a run. That's what leadoff batters are supposed to do, and he's doing his job today as the leadoff batter for Swampscott. Short lead at first for Spear. Hit right at Maud, and Maud's going to make the easy toss over to the first baseman, and that retires Berube 1-3, and that does it for the top of the 4th inning. Runner left on base and no runs scored, 4-2 through 3.5. Marblehead coming up in the bottom of the 4th.
NGB is always here to help.
Thank you, NGB.
No, thank you.
What would we do without NGB?
They're always so helpful.
Thanks, NGB. Thanks, NGB.
Always here to help.
Wow, thanks, NGB.
Always happy to help. I'm no hero. I'm just doing my job.
Let's hear it for NGB, huh?
Wake up.
Hey, Jim.
We have customers to take care of. Welcome to NGB. How can we help you?
Bottom of the 4th inning, 4-2 Swampscott. Drake Wyman, number 9 in the order, singled back in the 2nd inning. Faces Jamison Ford for the 2nd time. This one hits him. He tried to get out of the way. So hit by pitch, it's good as a hit. And he's at first. Oops. Bottom of the 4th inning, Marblehead trails it by 2. But they start the inning off with a runner at first as Wyman gets hit, and it's Shepard, Stephen Shepard, back at the top of the order. He really got a hold of the ball in his first at bat, but ended up trying to make a triple out of it. And it took a great play, but they just got him at third on a nice relay and a good tag at third. Strike called. That was a didn't have the best view of it, but from what I could see, it looked pretty outside. But I wouldn't want to umpire a game, even at any level. That was a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike, maybe. He was that hand motion was in answer to a call from the Swampscott bench as to what was wrong with the pitch, and he was saying it was outside. It was well outside. Throw over to first. Back in time is Wyman. Shepard was tempted, but it was low and away. Three and one. Had to duck under that one. Works a walk. First two runners on base. Hit by pitch and a walk. That moves Drake Wyman onto second. And it's Riley Schmidt who flied to left and singled and scored in the first. Center fielder shaded slightly to left. Right fielders in right center. This one's off the backstop. Riley Schmidt is the third baseman. Marblehead needs a 2 more wins coming into this game to get to the 10 mark. 10 wins is usually the number you need for a tournament bid. Looked at a strike that time. So they have, I think, 6 more, maybe 5 more. There was a to be announced at the end of the schedule. Hit sharply to the third baseman. Throw comes to second, then on to first. And that one's not in time. That will score a run and advance. Marblehead will take that trade. First out of the inning. Puts a runner at second base and scores a runner. And that was Drake Wyman, who was hit by the pitch. So that comes back to haunt Swampscott. Marblehead picks up its third run. And Schmidt's at first. Schmidt's at second. As the throw got away. Vance on the error. Pitches inside to Keogh. This is Keogh's third trip to the plate in the fourth inning here. Not in the fourth inning, but we're in the fourth inning and he's had 3 trips already. Or this is his third. Riley Schmidt, a good lead out at second base, but this one's hit in the air in foul territory behind the Marblehead bench. Out of play. Reached on an error, was thrown out on the base paths, and scored a run in the first inning on a single. Oh. Called a strike. We'll have to play it again. Shane Keogh, the number 3 batter in the order. Bit of a defensive swing by Keogh that time. Fouled it away to the left side. A lot of dust blowing around in the infield. Low and away. Three balls. Ford's pitch is in the dirt, ball 4, and that will put second runner on here. So Keogh's on first on the second walk of the ball game. Or his first walk of the ball game, excuse me. And on to, still at second is Schmidt. So first and second for Nucio. First baseman, who singled earlier in the ball game and walked. Courtesy runner. 13 for Swampscott. So a pitching change for Swampscott. See if I can find the number. Dawson DiBiari, number 13. So let's see. Dawson DiBiari. See if I got that right. A lot of vowels in there. Dawson DeBerry, excuse me. So, let's see here. 3 runs on one, two, three, 4, 5. 3 runs on 5 hits for Jamison Ford. There's a bunch of walks. Some errors as well. But he leaves the game leading it 4-3. And he's replaced by Dawson DeBerry. Canucio steps in with 2 men on and a 1-run game. His team trailing it. Runners at second and first. A walk and a single for Canucio earlier in the game. First pitch from DeBerry is low and away to the left-handed batter. It's the perfect day for baseball here in May. I mean, sometimes April and May can be they can be wildly different in temperature and everything. It can be really cold. It can be rainy. And today we've got a nice, at least at the start of the game, it was about 70 degrees, 73 degrees, and a gentle breeze. I think it was about 12 to 13 miles an hour. Cloud cover overhead seems to be thinning out a little bit. Blowing a little bit more from left to right. A little bit more strongly inside. So the first baseman looks out at the relief pitcher. Cars one foul over behind the bench. Looks like it bounced right back quickly. Some of the Marblehead players have it. Good lead off of second for Schmidt. Collins jumps up to catch the high pitch. Time called. Schmidt skipping off the bag out there. This one's hit on the ground, foul down the first base line. This one's hit in the air, foul down the right side. There's a guy sitting out in the willow tree out there, and ball looked like it was heading his direction, but no damage done apparently. Umpire needs some more baseballs. Oh, he didn't go for it and gets the ball. Nice play by the batter. Canusio works for a walk, his second base on balls. Loads up the bases. So Schmidt is at third, Keogh is at second, and Canusio is at first, and the batter is Bodie Bartram. Hits it sharply towards left. It's going to drop in front of the left fielder. A run will score, maybe a second run. Runner's held at third, and it's tied. First pitch swinging for Bartram. Singles, drives in a run, and that brings Schmidt across the plate with the fourth run of the ball game for Marblehead. Second run this inning. It's tied at 4. And at the plate now is Brooks Keefe. Just one out. Seventh batter for Marblehead to bat in this inning, or come to the plate in this inning. Bases are loaded, one down. Tie ball game now at 4. Low pitch, called a strike. 1-1 to Keefe. I think it's 1-1. In tight, but a ball. Shortstop, Brooks Keefe. Swing and a miss. One and two, I think. Fouled away towards the tennis courts. Two or two. A nubber off the mound. Play comes to the plate, gets him, cuts down a run at the plate. Nice decision making by the pitcher. So Keefe reaches on a fielder's choice. Keogh is out 1-2. Pitcher to the catcher on the force play, and everyone else moves up. Bertram's at second. Canusio is at third, and Keefe is at first. Matt Mahan now the batter. Left fielder, line drive to the third baseman. his first time up and reached on a base on balls in the third inning. A lot of potential runs out there right now. 2 down. Wind is stronger now than it's been throughout the game, and it's blowing. Sometimes it feels like it's coming from behind us. But if you look at the flag, it's blowing left to right. A strike called on Mahan. Dawson DeBerry, relief pitcher, came in with 1 down and 2 on in this inning. Throws it high and away. Two down, bases loaded, tie score. Still can't pick up the count by the umpire. It's too low and too quick. Full count, 3-2. 3-2. 2 out, bases loaded. 4th inning, tie score. He hits it, fair territory. He's going to score 2, maybe 3. Held at third was Keefe. He reached on the fielder's choice, but scoring was Lucio and Bartram. 4-run 4th inning for Marblehead so far. So Mahan, Matt Mahan, got the single, scored 2 runs. So 1st and 3rd with 2 outs. What do we got, John? Yeah. So a pitching change. As Dawson DeBerry faced 4 batters, and he's going to be replaced on the mound by number 16. Let's see if I can get his name. Is 21 pitching? 21 will pitch. Okay, hang on. So pitching will be number 21, who is not, 21, that's Jack Spear. So 21 is Jack Spear. Now the question is, are they going to change the batting orders? No, they won't. 16 is he was the starting pitcher. Yeah. Now he's back in. All right, it's kind of confusing, but the upshot of it is that number 21 is Jack Spear, and Jack Spear is playing right field. Yes. Okay. Replacing. All right. So Spear is the new pitcher, but he remains in the batting order where he was, which was the 9th batter. And Ford, who was the starting pitcher, but was lifted in this inning for Dawson DeBerry, comes back in to play right field. So there you go. Kind of confusing, but high school baseball is. Spear goes to the mound in the 4th, and Ford goes from the bench to right field. So Dawson Dawson DeBerry faced 4 batters. And Spear delivers. It's down low. Squirts out of the glove. So they're 2 down. And 2 runs in and 2 runners on. So the starting pitcher, who was on the bench for a short time, is now the right fielder. And the right fielder is now the pitcher.
Help yourself out, 1-7. Here we go now. A lot of room out there. Find that spot.
And the batter, of course, is Maud. Comes to throw to first after he faked it to third. But by that time, the runner at first was standing on the bag. That was Mahan. Spears' pitch is hit on the ground to the shortstop. He digs it up, fires to second, makes the play, and that will retire the side. So a 4-run 4th inning. Marblehead back on top now, 6-4. I'd like to thank the National Grand Bank for being our community partner in bringing you MHS Sports and MHTV. We'll take a short break. This one's hit sharply to the shortstop, digs it off the first hop, and it airballs it to first, well over the first baseman's head. Connor Chiarello reaches to start the top of the 5th on the throwing error by the shortstop. Then he moves on. Moves on to second, and the batter now is Caden Ross. Line drive left field and fly left field. Nearly got it at the elbow, but not quite. So a 2-run Marblehead lead here in the 5th inning. High school games go 7. Six to 4. Popped up. Right fielder, Keogh under it, has it. Here comes the throw, and the runner's not going anywhere. Nice throw by Keogh.
Good hustle, boy. Good hustle.
One down, 1 on. Jason Beaufort, the batter. Line drive at the second baseman and reached on an error and scored a run back in the 3rd for Swampscott. Tall kid hits it hard, bouncer to the second baseman, up with it, Bertram over to first. 2 down. Nice play there by Bodie Bertram at second. 2 down, top of the 5th. Ben O'Brien, designated hitter, comes to the plate. Called out on strikes in the 2nd inning and doubled in the 3rd. Knocked in a couple of runs. Ben O'Brien, the designated hitter, batting in the 5th slot in the lineup. Pops it up in foul territory off behind the Swampscott bench on the right side. Strike called, nice play, nice pitch. Chiarello is the runner at third for Swampscott. Got him. Got him. Nice deceptive pitch by Maud. And that'll do it for the top of the fifth inning. Runner left at third was Chiarello. And Marblehead now coming up in the bottom of the fifth. Bottom of the fifth inning, 6-4 Marblehead. The batter is Drake Wyman. 9 men to the plate in the last inning for Marblehead. Spear on in relief of DeBerry, who came on in relief of Ford. I believe Ford is out in right field now. Spear delivers, and a called strike on Wyman. 1 ball, 2 strikes. This one's hit softly to the shortstop. He's got to come in, and he bobbles it. Down the line goes Wyman. He's safe. Single. I'm calling it a single because I think he would have made it anyway because it was such a slow roller, and he was really running hard down the line. It could be argued might be an E6. Curveball drops in. Stephen Shepard, the designated hitter. Threw over to first, but Wyman is back in time. Shepard opened up the game with a massive clout to center field, but he ended up getting thrown out at third. He struck out swinging and got a base on balls before being retired at second. Here comes the throw over to first. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch by Spear. Shepard ducks underneath that one.
Hey, what do you say, 1-2? Here we go now, 1-2. Keep in there, stay in there now. You heard him.
Swing and a miss. Went for a bad one, I think. One down, runner at first. Riley Schmidt, the third baseman, comes to the plate. Singled and scored in the first. And reached on an error in the fourth and scored. Popped up and out of play.
Watch the quick pitch.
Fouled off the screen. This one's hit softly but foul. Down the third base side. Schmidt scored twice today, in the first and the fourth. Steps back in. Spear. Fouled again off behind the, up over the grandstand. Third baseman now, Riley Schmidt. Swing and a miss. So after the single by Wyman, a couple of strikeouts for Spear. And it's Shane Keogh. Singled and scored in the first, walked in the fourth, reached on an error in the third. This one's nubbed right back at the pitcher. Spear throws it over to first and gets the out. That'll do it for Marblehead. 1-3. We're through 5. I'd like to remind you that MHTV is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. If you're enjoying this production of MHS Sports and MHTV, please consider making a donation by visiting our website, marbleheadtv.org. That's marbleheadtv.org, and clicking on the donate button. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Top of the 6th inning, Michael Collins, who's being egged on by his teammates. Probably heard in the background. Mike. And Ian Mott on the mound. Ball 1 to Mike Collins. One and one. My pitch count is always suspect, especially the strikes, because from where we're sitting and the way the umpire throws up his hands, it's hard to see what he's doing. 3-1, possibly. This one's hit on the ground, past Maud, and the second baseman Bertram has it over to first. And Collins is out to start the top of the 6th inning. Brings up Quinn Hitchcock. Walked and fly to left. Kids walking around out there in the foul territory, but still. Strike one from Maud to Hitchcock. A lot of folks on the benches out there beyond the outfield. Pretty good attendance today for a Marblehead Swampscott game. Up high. 1 ball, 2 strikes, I think. Hit in the air towards left field. Mahan chasing, now coming in. Reaches out and grabs it. 2 down. Hitchcock flies to left. Will Roddy, second baseman. Looks like a pinch hitter, possibly. It is. I'll give you his name in a second. Number 5 is Chase Gruthius. Got a strike. Maud's delivery, and it's down low, and here comes the catcher out to make the throw, and he dropped a third strike, and they'll do it. 1-2-3 for Maud in the sixth, and it's a K with a 2-3. So on to the bottom of the sixth. It's 6-4 Marblehead. So the bottom of the sixth inning, Marblehead leads it by 2, 6-4. And it's the first baseman, Chris Canusio. Spear on the mound, delivers low. Marblehead has 2 lefties at the in the top 4 in their batting order. Canusio is the second of those. Keogh's the other, who bats third. And Canusio's in the 4th spot. Marblehead holding on to a 2-run lead here. The bottom of the 6th inning. 3 more at bats for Swampscott. Or 3 more outs, let's say. 7-inning high school baseball. Called a strike. That's a ball. So base runner to start the 6th inning. 3rd walk of the day for Canusio. So pinch runner for Marblehead, number 10. I have that somewhere. Chris DeWitt. So DeWitt's the pinch runner. He's done that earlier in the game. I think for Maud. So runner at first, nobody out. Bodie Bartram, the second baseman, up. Takes a pitch inside from Spear. Spear taking his time on the mound. 3-step lead for DeWitt off of first. Was it going to be a pitch out? Catcher Collins jumped up pretty quick. Strike called. Two and one. Three and one maybe now. Throw over to first in the dirt, but the runner back easily. That was DeWitt. Marblehead would really like to tack on some insurance right now. 2-run lead is okay, but a few more than that would be great. Here's a second baseman. They made a picture-perfect play. It was a bouncer right at him. He made the play, so it went 4-3 and cuts down 2. Right at him, stepped on the bag and cut down the runner. 2 down, and now it's Brooks Keefe. Shortstop for Marblehead. Where's number 1? First pitch hitting, swinging. This one's out to the right fielder, and that'll do it for Marblehead in the 6th. 3 up and basically 3 down. One was a walk, but a double play erased them, or him. Top of the 7th inning. Jack Spear comes to the plate. Started the game as a right fielder. Came in relief in the 4th. Gets a strike called. He reached on an error and scored in the 9th position of the batting order back in the 3rd. And he also singled in the 4th. Hits this one into foul territory. Left-handed batter, right-handed thrower. Up high and away, and that one got away from Maud. One ball. That one was right down the back. That one looked good. And a number of questionable calls. Maud's pitch right down the middle. This one's hit sharply. The shortstop comes over, grabs it softly over to first, makes the play, and it's an out. So Spear is out 6-3. And back to the top of the order, Berube. The shortstop walked, doubled, scored, and was out 1-3. So he's 1 for 2 and scored a run. And Chiarello's on deck. Marblehead needs 2 more outs to close this game out. Berube holds off on that one. Usually when you're down to your last, you usually want to have the top of your order coming up, and that's what Swampscott has. This one's hit sharply. Third baseman can't contain it. Riley Schmidt went down to a knee but couldn't block the ball. Hard shot, and I'd say Berube gets a single on that one. Third baseman going towards the line. And Mike Giardi wants to have a little chat with Ian Maud and the rest of the crew. So 3 more home games in this stand for Marblehead. Had a great win over Masconomet recently, trailing it by I think as much as 6 runs. They came back and won it 8-7. Connor Chiarello swings and blasts one towards left field. And a runner's rounding second, heading to third. Here comes the throw from Mahan. It's cut off. Runner at second, so a double. Nice shot for Chirello. Doubles to left and moves runners into scoring position. They're trailing it by 2, and they've got 2 in scoring position right now with 1 down. And Caden Ross coming to the plate. That's it for Ian Maud. And he'll be relieved by 44. Let's take a look and see if I got the... Oops. It's a basketball program. Jake Skoglund. Okay. So Skoglund, number 44, will go to first. Comes in the pitcher's position. So Jake Skoglund. First base in the 7th inning, and the first baseman, Chris Canusio, comes on in relief. So he comes on to in relief of Ian Maud, who's gone 6 1/3 innings, giving up 4 runs. It's hard to believe that Swampscott has lost 13 games out of 15 this year. They're a hard, scrappy team. Caden Ross now the number 3 man in the order. He's 0 for 3, line to left, fly to left, and fly to right. He's the 3rd baseman. But he's got runners at 2nd and 3rd. He's hit the ball hard. Swampscott trails it by 2. And Canusio comes out in relief. Caden Ross at the plate. 2 on, 1 out. Bottom of the top of the 7th. Swing and a miss. Canusio worked him low and away on the first pitch. Just below the knees. Pitches the corner for the called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's what they want, somebody to come in and be a closer. And that's what they got right now. 2 down. Jason Beaufort. Line drive to short. Reached on an error and scored in the 3rd and grounded out to 2nd in the 5th. Comes to the plate with 2 down and 2 on, trailing by 2. Strike called. Jason Beaufort and Chris Canusio. Strike called. 2 strikes. Nice play by the catcher, Dave Bartram. Wilford looks at it, hits it on the ground. Third baseman picks it up after a bobble, throws it to first, gets him, and the ball game is over. It was exciting there for a moment as Wilford's hard shot to the third baseman was initially bobbled by Riley Schmidt, but he recovered very quickly, made a stellar throw to first base, and retired the runner, ending the ball game. Marblehead wins it 6-4. Now stay with us, because when we come back, I'll give you a little bit of a recap and the Marblehead Sports Shop Player of the Game. So stay with us.
The Marblehead Sports Shop offers custom sports apparel, team uniforms, and Marblehead branded one-of-a-kind gifts, and is proud to present the MHS Sports on MHTV Player of the Game.
And welcome back to MHS Sports on MHTV. Marblehead Sports Shop Player of the Game is Marblehead pitcher Ian Maud. Maud had a really good game. He had a little bit of trouble in the third inning when the Swampscott got its runs, but there were a number of errors in that inning, and a couple of walks and a couple of hits, but that was his only bit of a mediocre inning. Other than that, he was excellent, and then went through 6 1/3. Canicio came on and got the final 2. Marblehead gets its 9th victory of the season. Swampscott drops to 2-14. Congratulations to Ian Maud from the Marblehead Sports Shop and MHTV. We'd like to thank the Sports Shop for being our community partner, bringing you the Player of the Game Award. And we'd like to thank the National Grand Bank for being our community partner and bringing you MHS Sports and MHTV. Once again, the final score, Marblehead 6, Swampscott 4. For John Caswell and all of us here at MHTV Sports, I'm Chris Connolly. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
NGB is always here to help.
Thank you, NGB.
No, thank you.
What would we do without NGB?
They're always so helpful.
Thanks, NGB. Thanks, NGB.
Always here to help.
Wow, thanks, NGB.
Always happy to help. I'm no hero. I'm just doing my job.
Let's hear it for NGB, huh?
Wake up.
Hey, Jim.
We have customers to take care of. Welcome to NGB. How can we help you?